I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not, whether you like my YouTube videos, whether you like what I say or not, whether you push like or dislike. It doesn't matter if you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you're the toughest or the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you light-skinned or dark-skinned. It doesn't even matter whether you my family, friends, or my proclaimed enemies. I greet you all with the same universal greeting. Peace and the blessings of God be upon you or be with you. Today happened to be, or the night happened to be, October the 28th, 2019. The time being about 6:56 p.m. I want to touch on something, and you know, I hope for the sake of black people, we hear it. Those that don't normally hear it, they hear it, whether it's coming from me or not, and take heed to it. Let's look at first Donald Trump, the President of the United States. I can't say he's not my president because he is the President of the United States, whether we like him or not. He's been voted in, whether it was illegally or legally. They've been doing illegal things since we've been over here, 1619. Or even back in 1492 when Christopher Columbus came over here, claimed he discovered something that was, people was already over here, but we ain't gonna even talk about that. But Donald Trump in his White House and whoever else is celebrating a victory with him, saying that they killed the leader of the ISIS in Syria, I believe it was Saturday. It was a victory for Donald Trump. How y'all doing? It was a victory for Donald Trump and anybody else that think it was a victory. You see, I lived in Cabrini Green from 1958 to 1976. The only terrorist group that I ever heard of, period, was the Ku Klux Klan, the Nazis. You see what I'm saying? ISIS has never attacked any black people. You see what I'm saying? They don't go around attacking black neighborhoods. You see, we can go over to that country, when I say we, our troops, if they killed them. In the Obama administration, they went over there and got bin Laden. Killed him. You see what I'm saying? They go over to a lot of these other countries and kill them. They can solve this, a problem of finding and locating and killing people that they feel as threats, not to black people, but to some whites in the United States. You see what I'm saying? But it's no victory for non-sellout blacks, whether he's alive or not. It's no victory. It's no victory for me. He's never done anything to me if he exists. You see what I'm saying? My threat here in the United States has been white supremacists and blacks killing blacks. Now, you got him, you got some of the other ones. How come you can't get this same special forces to go to Chicago and some of these in the other 49 states in the black neighborhood? I don't care if it's black on black or not. How come you can't find the individuals and get them off the streets, whether you have to kill them or put them in jail? How come you can't find and eliminate the Ku Klux Klan, the Nazis, the Aryan Brotherhoods? You see what I'm saying? The skinheads, the white supremacists. How come you can't eliminate them? You know why? Because as long as blacks killing blacks, long as these white supremacists is killing blacks, you see what I'm saying? It's going to be all right. Now here, Trump go to Chicago. today. Him and Eddie Johnson, the superintendent, the black superintendent of Chicago police, and the black mayor of Chicago, they going back and forward with Trump. Trump told him something that I think it's true. He said Afghanistan is more safer than Chicago. He right about that partially when he said Chicago, but not in the white neighborhoods. White neighborhoods is safe. But in the black neighborhoods, he right. It ain't safe for blacks. It's safe for whites, because blacks ain't killing whites. They killing each other. So Eddie Johnson should have shut up on that. The mayor should have shut up on that. Then he said that the Chicago is the worstest city or the worstest place in the United States. And then the superintendent, he had to say his word, and he said that crime has been down. He said Chicago have 17 neighborhoods that's safer than anywhere else. And I bet you this black superintendent, I bet you them 17 safest places ain't the black neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? I bet you that for a fact. You say, oh yeah, we do have a crime on the west and the south side. Well, if you got it on the west and the south side, why it ain't on the north side? You see what I'm saying? On certain places in the west side, on the west side and south side, in the black neighborhoods, 90% of the time. The same with the mayor. You see, here it is, a bishop just was on TV, I think a day or so ago, with some individuals that I know that have been in the pen before in Chicago, and they said that the mayor was offering them, I think, $10 million I think it was $10 million for a Stop the Violence programs that they want to get. And this bishop got up and had some individuals been to the pen before said, we need more than that. We need 50. I think it was 50 million. It was either 1,000. I'm almost sure it was millions. I know it couldn't have been 10,000. But now, who is we? $50,000 gonna stop the violence in all the neighborhoods in Chicago? No. What it's gonna do is get y'all programs going. You see, like y'all had Ceasefire. Ceasefire was a group of individuals that been to the pen before in different organizations or gangs or whatever you want to call it. The police department, not Charleston, but the Chicago Police Department and some of these gang members, they split this money, millions of dollars, to cease fire in Chicago. Now, who's seen a ceasefire in the black neighborhood in Chicago? You see what I'm saying? I know I didn't. Because just July, my granddaughter was on her own porch at nighttime and got shot 3 times. You see what I'm saying? Little kids out there getting killed. That $10 million ain't gonna, that $50 million ain't gonna do it. You want me to tell you what's gonna do it? Just like them teachers doing. They didn't care about these students that were seniors that was on this track team, cross country track team, and these blacks that was on this football team. This was their last chance to play this Saturday, but they couldn't play because it's a law, and they went to court to try to get an injunction, but the judge wouldn't give them an injunction, so they can't play. They can't participate. But the teachers talking about they're about to win. You know what they're about to win? The teachers is about to win to get them a raise. That's what the teach. How y'all doing? That's what the teachers finna do. They finna get a raise. They didn't give a care about them children that for 12 years they've been struggling. In their last year, they had a chance to participate in their sport because it's their last year. But the teachers said that they gotta win. Yeah, they gotta win. They finna get a pay raise. But let's keep on going now. One thing we have that's in the black community that keep on getting a lot of black on black crime is a lot of blacks disrespecting other blacks. You know, What would somebody want to, 10, 11 people want to stand right here in my driveway or by my house and just slaughter, just sit there? But they won't do it at the white folk, in the white folks' neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? Or they wouldn't like me and 10 other people standing around their mother's house. You follow what I'm saying? What would people end up continuing to disrespect each other for? For what reason? You see what I'm saying? You know why they study disrespect each other? It's because they know that the white man or the police ain't gonna do nothing about it as long as they disrespecting each other. Do you think that superintendent of police and that mayor and that president of the United States that's in Chicago now, do you think they care about what's happening in the black neighborhood? They don't care about it. It was all about them. Trump was talking about him and his record. You see what I'm saying? Superintendent Johnson was talking about him and his record. Lori Lightfoot was talking about her and her record. They ain't caring about the black on black crime. The only way it's gonna stop, just like them teachers striking, just like the police, they strike, just like anybody else that strike, black folks nationwide gonna have to strike and say they tired of these people doing the things that they doing and clean our neighborhood up. I'm gonna leave as I came. Peace, be still.